Hi, I'm Natalie of So Hungry Hippie, and today we're going to go through my latest free pattern, this little quarter cabin quilt block. Super easy. This was in the email last weekend as a quick diagram, but today I'm going to build some blocks and then show you how to trim them down and put them together. You can do lots of different things with this block, from table runners to wall hangings to cut up sections for bags. You can make quilts with it, and it really eats up your scrap bin. So you don't have to do it scrappy if you don't want to, but it's kind of fun to see your scrap stash dwindle.
That's nice.
Yeah, I really love it. And then I also scrapped my binding. So I've got some leopard and I've got some stripes. Just kind of fun. And then I sent it to a long armor to quilt. Okay. I'm also going to show you how you can use your soft vinyl to build blocks. And yes, you can make a quilt with a soft vinyl if you want to. I've made a couple of blocks here. Well, I made 4. And I'll take you on the overhead camera and show you really quick, if you've already built these blocks, how to trim them down. And then I'll build one from scratch with you. Okay, so first up, if you've already got your blocks built and this is how they're looking, the most important thing with making these is you're only going to trim down the left and the bottom side. You don't want to square it off or trim it from these two sides, because then your strips won't line up. And if you don't mind, if you don't care about that, that's totally fine. You can do that. But real quick, what I do is I just line it up on my cutting mat and I make sure that it's the proper size. And because I actually have made this pattern a little bit bigger, because I want you to be able to trim some away to make sure they all square up, you will have just a smidge to trim. Let me show you. Let's build this block from scratch. So this one is just quilting cotton, and I'm using my scraps. I have cut some 1.5-inch strips here, and I'm going to show you how I build this. I don't really measure the length of these strips. What I measure is the width. So I start with my 3.5-inch square here, and then I select a block. Okay, so that is long enough to cover the top. We're always going to build top side, and just keep repeating that. But one thing I do to help me out is I make sure to starch my fabrics really well and press them. And by pressing, I'm not moving my iron back and forth. I'm just raising it, lifting it, and setting it down. And it's really important because skinny strips like this, they can stretch and distort on you. So I just want to be clear. Here's my little ironing station. I wonder if we can show it on this camera. Nope.
I could try.
Okay. Yeah,
You probably want to come back to the front camera while I do that.
Okay, yeah, Ramel's going to hook us up here. I like to use the starch because it makes the fabric behave a little bit better for me.
And I do it.
Really? You've got me hooked up?
Yep.
Awesome, yeah.
Can I zoom in a little bit more?
Yeah, they probably don't want to see my trash can. I'm going to let that one sit on there for a moment. I like to work with strips that are slightly longer than what I need so that I can trim it as I go. Okay. I'm going to set that to the side for the moment. Now, oh yeah, they feel much stiffer now. It'll be very easy to work with. So this one, if we just go overhead, no, that one doesn't have very good design. Let's do this. No, too close to the color. I want it to really pop. Let's use this one. I'm going to line it up how I want that to show in the block, and I'm going to sew 1/4 inch right across here. You can use pins if you want to. Use whatever works for you best. If you want to use a seam guide, please feel free. As long as you stay consistent with your seams, you won't have a problem, even if your seam allowance isn't spectacularly perfect. I am using Gutermann thread. I don't worry about back stitching here because these will all be sewn over again in just a few moments here. All right. So I like to bring it over to the pressing station again. And Ramel, can you hook us up with that view again?
Oh, I'm working it.
I like the way you work it. Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go here. I'm gonna hit it with some starch. I let it air out for a second because I don't want those flakes. I press my iron down. And then I push the fabric to the right, to the other side so I can see the correct side. Now it should be good. And now I'm going to go to the cutting station and trim this. Here we go. And I just continue to use this method so that I'm not sitting here and individually cutting this exact length of strip. I just make it easier on myself. And this is nice and smashed flat and very stiff because of that starch. So it's just great. Now I'm going to use a wildly contrasting strip. This one hasn't been pressed, so I'm going to do that really quick. I think one thing that can really speed you up is to cut the 1.5 inch strips, however long you want to work with them, and then starch them all and press them all, and just have them in random sizes and piles in front of you. The longest strip you'll need is the last side one. So that has to be about 8.5, 9 inches long. 9 is preferable because you want to be able to trim it. Okay, this is, again, that starch. It just firms it up. Okay, we're going to go back overhead. Can you do it for me, Ramel? I'm looking at you like... So this is my block. This is the top. If you need to put a pin or mark a T here, do it. I've made a million of these, so I'll remember, hopefully. I'm going to line it up on here. And then I'm going to sew down and then trim away the excess, just like before. So now we'll go over here. I can tell I need to change my needle.
How's that?
It just kind of pops, or I can just hear a difference. So it must mean that that needle is a little too blunt. So I'll be changing that soon. I'm going to do the same exact thing. Ramel will line us up on the view again. I'm going to starch it and press it like this, and then I'm going to open it and press it again. These blocks will be super starched by the time we're done with this. So I just sprayed it with the starch. Now I'm going to press it. And now I'm going to move it this way. Yep, there it is.
It's such a nice tool. A little Liso.
Yeah, I really like it. I should use my big iron today, but I love working with that one, so there we are. Okay, so now I am going to trim this extra length off. I'm not trimming that base 3.5 inch square. I'm very careful to not do that. And there is row 1 and row 2. And now we're going to keep doing that. So that we have a total of 5, I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. And if you want to make the outers the same, I find that it kind of gives focus to the block. See how these two outers are the same? And these two outers are the same. These two are. It sort of just grounds it. And these two are. Instead of being total chaos, which sometimes a scrappy quilt can feel that way, I've made plenty that were just chaotic. It's nice to just have a place where your eyes can rest. And I find that that outer border, if they're both the top and the side are the same, it gives clarity to the design.
So your eyes get tired?
Well, I don't know, I'm no art major, but it's something to do with, like, if there's too much going on, you just feel chaotic. Dizzy. Feels like entropy.
Ooh, throwing out some big science words there.
It is?
Yeah, entropy.
They say everything is headed towards entropy.
That's the flow of time.
It's actually the non-pattern, the chaos. Everything is going towards chaos.
Yeah, that's what time is.
Time is chaos?
Time is entropy is time. Time is entropy.
They're not synonyms.
They're not synonyms.
By the way, Ramel, this thing is ginormous. Did you buy it for me? Because it looks like a pom-pom.
I can get you a pink one.
If that's a possibility, why didn't you just get the pink one?
Well, I need to try it out first. Doesn't it tickle your neck?
No.
No? It's just so fluffy.
It stands out, so I don't feel it very much. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Oh, I pressed the wrong pedal again. Here we go. This one, we're going to do the top. I'm going to line it up there at the top. I'm going to sew right across that. Can you move the camera over for me?
Oh, hold on.
Just go ahead and feel free to move the camera, Ramel, so that you have something to do and you don't feel bored.
I'll try to do mine.
Okay, let's go back to the front camera while you change the view for us to the iron. Hit it with some starch. Hit it with your best shot. Oh. Sometimes with that starch, it kind of feels like the iron wants to grab the fabric. If it does that, don't worry, just peel your iron away. It'll be okay. So that's nice and stiff. Now I'm going to fold that over.
What setting do you have the iron?
High blast. Hell's doorstep. I iron everything hot. So now it just needs some trimming. So let's do that. I like to line it up with some lines just to keep myself in check. I really should put on my glasses. There we go. Be careful not to trim the other pieces away. See, I was going to try and kitty corner that, but you really need those graph lines to line you up. Okay, so now we're here. Now we do a side strip. I think I'm going to do this one. What's on here? Oh, that's just some starch. It'll wash out. Okay, I'm going to do the side. For me, it's easier to turn it while I'm placing the fabric strip. If you need to turn it over And so this way, go ahead and do it. There's no right or wrong with which side you're looking at. Do what's best for you. Now you know the drill, so I'm going to hit it with some starch, press it, and then I will press it open, and then I'll trim it. Oh, I'll take you overhead and show you how I'm trimming it here.
Are you hungry?
Why? Did my belly growl?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Didn't even hear it. That wasn't the best trimming job there, so I'm going to clean that up. Oh, I see. Okay, so we've got 2 done. Now we're on to number 3. Ooh, look at the sunshine coming in, Ramel.
Ooh, can almost touch it.
Yeah. Let's do, actually, I think this one I can do. Yeah, that's long enough. I'm going to go like this. There is a quilt you can hang up there somewhere.
You can just stand here.
No, you're not getting out of doing your job. Remember not to pull your strips. That you might just want to go ahead and pin them if you have a tendency to pull fabric. It's a normal reaction. It's what we want to do as humans. But by now I've taught myself, like, don't pull, don't push. Are you able to bring us in the view?
For which camera?
This one.
Oh, sure. You moved it a little bit.
I did?
Yeah.
Here we go. How's that? And I'm going to press it open. I wish we could show how sweet Tori's being right now.
We can.
We can?
Not right now.
All right, so see how long that strip is? Now I've got to trim those edges off.
Here, you can take a shot now. Tori.
Oh, okay. Just give me a sec. Oh, there she is. Okay, let's put on our strip on this side. Yep, I think I'm going to do this one. This is super long, so I'm going to trim it down a little bit so it's easier for me to work with. And I can tell that this one has not really been starched well. So I'm just going to do that quick. Anything to make it easier. All right, here we go. If you have a clapper, you can use that on this project. Clapper is the wooden thing, not this. I do want one of those, though. I like those lamps. They're pretty cool.
They're making a comeback.
Are they?
Yeah. No, it's with LEDs.
Oh, of course. Speaking of LEDs, oh, do you have me in the thing or not?
Oh, no, I don't. You want me to put you on the thing here?
You're slacking.
Again, I
You should be able to by now. I keep moving it on you, I think. This thing's on wheels. I just want to drive it all around. Yeah. All right, let's trim this up. You gotta let me know if I'm off center too.
You're in the center.
Okay, so now how many do we have? 1, 2, 3. Two more sections. So I don't have any more long ones, so let's cut a strip now. I'm just gonna take this scrap, and I'm cutting 1.5 inches wide. And I'm eyeballing how long. I'm just gonna say that's long enough. Well, this will go here, so I'm gonna starch it really quick. These are not my special glasses, so I can't see far in these, you know. All right, here's my strip. So now I want those 2 skull faces to be in here, or maybe I want that little pink one.
Well, you're supposed to make it the same, right? So your eyes.
No, not on this one. We're only on, this is only the 4th row.
Oh.
Good at paying attention though, Ramel. Because that 5th row, we do want all the same. You've been paying attention. Maybe you should come up and sew this with me. And we could put it on triple speed. You know you want to.
What if I mess it up?
It's okay. This isn't brain surgery. You can mess up. What a relief. Can you imagine having some kind of job where you cannot mess up at all? Not even 0.1%.
Yeah, brain surgery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, surgeons in general. I don't think they're very forgiving. I'm sorry, do you want me to switch to the camera?
Well, are you just daydreaming or what?
I'm just paying attention. I'm not about reading minds here. Just saying.
All right, let's see here. We've got the 4th side. Let me see here. Let's do...
Ooh, we gotta fix that lighting.
What lighting?
Sun.
Oh yeah, just hang up that quilt. That white quilt. I must have taken it down for the morning time.
Where is it?
Okay, I'm gonna cut this strip for the side. Okay, now I'm gonna starch this strip because it's really obviously not pressed.
I'm just standing there.
There is a white quilt with hooks. Don't you see it?
No, I don't see it. Tori's here. Maybe she can stand for me.
Tory Bory. All right, this one, I want those bananas in this, so I'm gonna bring it down a bit. All right, let's sew this one on. Because now you have that as my 3rd petal view. Okay.
That looks pretty.
What's next? Yes, it is a press. A little starch, a little press. This is a fun project to do when you want to watch a show or something. Just be mindful of not putting too many on one side. Not that I've ever done that.
You see what I'm doing just to block the sun?
Oh, I thought you were just showing me your muscles.
No.
All right.
I'm standing like a statue.
So now I'm going to trim this down. Okay, last row. Now this is the row that we want to match top and bottom. So whatever we're using, let's have enough of it. I think I'm going to do this one. Maybe. Or should I do the people? Yeah, I think this will be cool. Maybe not. You know, this is like a full yard. I don't want to cut that up right now. Let's cut this scrappy dappy.
Scrap dappy.
And I can make the people go up and down in the same direction.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that will be cool. Okay, so let me take you overhead for this. I'm gonna, first of all, there's a cut in here, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And now I'm going to cut inch and a half. That will be that one. And see, this one, I'm not going to do that. I would in the past, but this time I want to cut it so that the people are all going up and down. So that means on this cut, I got to cut it from the bottom of the fabric. So this is kind of a fussy cut, but I can do what I want because it's my party. There we go. I think yeah, that'll be long enough. Okay, so let me starch these real quick. If you wait just about 10 seconds before you place your iron down on your starched fabric, you won't get that spotting or the flakes as much. You might a little, but this is heavy finish. I like it because it's crisper. Oh, Tori's snoring. All right, there's that piece.
I am like a statue.
I'm almost done, so don't worry, Ramel. Okay, so first we're going to do this one. Let's line it up here. And we'll go across to sew it down. If you're sewing with me, yay. Go ahead and comment and peer pressure Ramel to do this too.
I will.
You will?
Eventually.
Okay, so this one, cut off that. Okay, and now, oops, I cut that one too short. I wonder if this one's good. Okay. Oh, that must have been leftover from my previous cut. Every block, I then go and clear off my table a bit because it'll get really messy, and then you might confuse yourself like I almost just did. Okay, and now I'm gonna put on this side. All right. Yeah, I definitely need a new needle. Almost there. All right, let's take it overhead. First, I'm going to trim the excess length off of that section, and then I will trim the block up. So again, now that we're going to trim this block up, we only want to trim from this side and this side. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, sometimes I have to look at it and really think, did I do that right? Yeah, so the block is, the block is almost 9 inches, so we get to trim it down to 8.5. So here we are. I'm gonna go very, oh no, what am I doing? You can only trim from this side and this side. Yeah, it was close. See, I'm not even following my own directions. So here we go. You know what, this one is like wacky for some reason. It's not gonna be a lot. Go conservative, because you can always trim more, but you can't put it back if you over trim. So just saying. What? Oh. Well, I'm going to find that quilt, so you quit feeling like it's messed up.
I'm looking at the zombie.
Yeah, you do. A cute zombie. If you see how long I take to trim, sometimes that's how it is. I think that guy I did not sew right. Doesn't that top section look lopsided? No? Is it an optical illusion?
Optical illusion.
Okay, well there's my block. And that's how you sew it. And remember, don't do what I almost did. You only want to trim from the left side and the bottom. Very, very easy. Should we make a soft vinyl one?
Sure.
Let's build a soft vinyl one. Press it from the front, never from the front. I am pressing it from the back. There we go. Let's build another row. Let's do silver. Or should I maybe rainbow? Ooh, I like that. Okay, try that one. It can help if you clip that seam down. Sorry. I'm gonna press that from the back side again. I don't use starch with the soft vinyl. Okay, now I'm gonna trim. You know what? I'm gonna continue this pattern. See how I use the same? I'm gonna use the same here. Except, do I want the lines to turn? Maybe the lines need to be like this. Well, too bad. I don't have another scrap, so they're gonna be like that. Sometimes the materials tell you what they want to do. Or we're going to go with that anyways. Finger press it and then iron or press from the wrong side. Okay, now I'm going to trim. Now let's do silver. All right, let's sew this down 1/4 inch. If you have excess this way, you can trim it away. All right. I think I want blue again, maybe. Do I want this color? That should be the outside. This one. Now, if you wanted to make these different sizes, you totally can. If you wanted one row to be wider. 1, 2, 3. This is 4. I'm pressing that seam over to the side and holding it down with my clip. I'm going to hit this one from with the iron. Okay, last row. Make sure you've got it orientated the right way. I still have to trim this. Okay, this will be the last row, and this strip is already cut, so let me use these two. This is the soft vinyl collection, if I didn't already say that. It's the perfect choice if you're newer to sewing vinyl and you want to build your confidence. Don't need anything special when you're working with it. Okay, now the last side piece. You know what? I'm gonna need clips because it just slips a little too much. So I need to be careful, take my time. There we go. All right. So now what I would do is I'm going to press this, and then I would lay this in a heavy book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, so a book underneath and a book on top, and flatten it. It can help flatten out that vinyl. Especially if you're not sewing them all together right away. You just let it sit in between two heavy books overnight. You'll come back and it'll be flat, flat, flat. I love it. So yeah, do whatever you like, fabric, canvas, soft vinyl, just explore and have fun. And learn along the way, right? Use new techniques, use your seam roller or your hammer if you're doing vinyl, if you want to. Try your seam gauge out, if see how that works. Use up your scrap bin. It can just be fun. A fun way for pretty easy sewing and just to let yourself relax. And you can do it with people around you. A lot of times at the holidays, it's hard to sew when people are around you. So hopefully this project, you can keep busy. All right, peace of sewing.